I had been reading the Quran, and I was trained that Christianity was the quote-unquote white man's religion, and Islam was the religion for the man of color. Now I would call it conviction, but it was a sense of sin, a sense of lostness, a sense of brokenness that I couldn't explain. And I had to leave my class. It was that overwhelming. While I was laying on the bed, I saw a man in a gown. And all he said, he didn't give me chapter and verse. It wasn't a long statement. All he said was, "This is it." I had read the Quran. I had been involved in comparative religion studies. And all my life, I've been looking for Christ, and I didn't really know it. And when I experienced the presence of God, he said, "That's it. That's what you're looking for." And I spent the rest of my life pursuing and experiencing that same presence. I didn't understand the triunity of God. I didn't understand the basic biblical doctrines, but his character, the way he handled conflict, the way he handled strife, the way he handled his men. He became a hero of mine. And the more I read, I was like, man, that's the type of man I'd like to be. The way he handled the Sanhedrin, the way he handled storms, it was incredible. And it was actually his character that kept drawing me near. Some people ask, how can a person know the voice of God? My response is often, how could a person not know the voice of God? God is God. He's absolutely authoritative. He's the creator of all. His voice stands above and beyond any other voice. When he speaks, there's absolutely no question, there's no hesitation. There's absolute confidence in everything he says, and there's a sense of himself in the very statements that he makes. And when I heard him say, "This is it," I knew that it was Jesus Christ.
For God so loved the world that he gave his one and only Son to pay the penalty for the sin that separates us from our Heavenly Father, and to bring us fully into all he planned for us to be and do. Jesus, the name that is above all names. He promises those who hope in me will not be disappointed. Every heart is restless until it becomes Christ's home. I interviewed a man yesterday here in our studio. You're going to meet him in the new year. His mother was led to Christ by a neighbor many years ago. As a new Christian, the first, by the way, to come to Christ in her family, she found this program on television. She says she was discipled by 100 Huntley Street. Then in the early 80s, our founder, David Maines, baptized her in the Jordan River on a trip to the Holy Land. There are so many stories, and new ones being written every day. Some of you need to write them and send them to us. I was moved by this email from Sylvia after our most recent Full Circle Women's Conference in Alberta. Dear Moira, I was delighted to have the opportunity to say a quick hello to you at the conference in Sherwood Park, but I want to express my sincere appreciation to you and the Sofa Sisters for making the effort to come west. The Lord arranged for me to sit with two wonderful ladies who had traveled several hours to come to the conference. Neither has yet experienced the blessing of a personal walk with Jesus, and they shared that they're searching. I was so grateful for the genuine warmth and love that you ladies communicated from the platform. It opened the door for the Lord to use me to minister in a small way to them and to direct them to a church in their hometown that I know will help them. Wow, wonderful. Talk about a great team. Teamwork. Karen emailed, "Hi Moira, this email comes with a hug. I was at the Full Circle Conference in Sherwood Park and had a very enjoyable day. It was great to share the day with the 6 Sofa Sisters and your team. Looking forward to Full Circle daily in January, and I watch 100 Huntley Street almost every day. So Ron, Ann, Jim, and yourself feel like family. Thanks for all you do and share in spreading God's love to your audience." Well, and Lori, your very pretty card came yesterday. I'm going to just read the contents with this thank you note. Dear Full Circle girls and Wanda, thank you so much for the fabulous conference you put on in Edmonton, Sherwood Park, and surrounding area. Each of you contributed something meaningful and practical and inspiring. I believe God answered your prayers to touch every heart present. It was a great encouragement to me personally. I hope each one of you was blessed too. We count it a blessing to be able to share the good news of Jesus and his love through our television programs, our children's ranches, women's conferences, and so much more to come. You make all this possible. And when you respond with your prayers and your giving, you enlarge our capacity. Thank you so much. Our Crossroads family is a treasure.